8 healthiest cheese you can find at the supermarket. According to Harvard School of Public Health, cheese is a great source of vitamins A, B12 and phosphorus. Cheese made from the milk of 100% grass-fed animals, whether it be a sheep, cow or goat, is the highest in nutrients and tends to have more omega-3 fatty acids and vitamin K2. While it can be high in fat and sodium, there are plenty of cheeses on the leaner side that are equal parts tasty and nutritious. However, we support the consumption of any cheese enjoyed in moderation. Here are 9 of our favorites. 1. Cottage cheese. A half-cup serving of cottage cheese boasts 13 grams of protein, 5 grams of fat, only 2 of which are saturated, and 9% of your daily calcium. But compared to some other cheeses, that's totally manageable, especially if you work it into an otherwise healthy diet. Try cottage cheese on toast, with fresh fruit or mixed in oatmeal. 2. Ricotta. A solid rule of thumb is to steer clear of items labeled cheese products, which are processed with artificial ingredients and hydrogenated oils. Natural cheeses, like ricotta, are free of these added fats. Whole milk ricotta will cost you about 215 calories per half cup, as well as 16 grams of fat, 10 of which are saturated, 14 grams of protein and more than a quarter of your daily recommended calcium. So, if you are shopping with health in mind, go for part skim ricotta. Ricotta is versatile enough to dress up crostini, fried eggs or salad, but nothing beats a ricotta-kissed pasta dish. 3. Mozzarella. Fresh cheese tends to be lower in sodium since it doesn't require as much aging as hard cheese. An ounce of fresh mozzarella only contains 84 calories, 6 grams of fat, 4 grams of saturated fat and 6 grams of protein. It's not super high in calcium at 14% of your daily recommended intake, but its lean qualities make up for that. A quarter cup serving of shredded mozzarella has just about the same numbers as fresh, but you can save yourself some fat and calories by shopping for part skim or reduced fat mozzarella. How to store it? Fresh mozz will keep best in the fridge in a container of cold water. It'll last even longer if you change the water daily. 4. Feta. The Mediterranean diet wouldn't be complete without a few crumbles of Greece's most famous cheese. Traditionally, feta is a curd cheese, that's why it's so salty and savory, made from sheep's milk, but you can also find goat or cow milk variations at the supermarket. It's super low calorie compared to some other cheeses at 75 calories per ounce. However, it's lower in protein with only 4 grams per serving and equivalent in terms of fat and calcium. 5. Swiss. This mild cheese made from cow's milk is nutty and vaguely sweet. Of course, Swiss is famous for its signature holes, which are the result of carbon dioxide being released during the maturation process. Because it's a hard cheese, it's a bit higher in fat and protein than the fresh cheeses on our list. In a single ounce serving, Swiss clocks in at 108 calories, 8 grams of fat, 5 saturated, 8 grams of protein and 22% of your daily calcium. Your teeth and bones will thank you. How to store it? Though it isn't totally necessary to keep Swiss cheese in the fridge, refrigeration will no doubt extend its shelf life. To store, wrap the Swiss in wax paper, then cover it in plastic wrap. 6. Provolone. This Italian pick is a pulled curd cheese made with full-fat cow's milk, though you can probably find a light provolone at your local grocer. Nutritionally, it's very similar to Swiss but with 1 less gram of protein per ounce and about 10 fewer calories. It's prime for topping pizza and is a great filler for sandwiches, wraps and platters. Provolone is aged for at least 4 months before it hits shelves, so it's packed with more salt than many fresh and soft cheeses. How to store it? Just like Swiss, provolone will last longest wrapped in wax paper and plastic wrap. Since it's a low-moisture, hard cheese, it doesn't technically need to be chilled, though refrigeration will preserve its texture and flavor longer. 7. Parmesan. This salty topper is basically required for every pasta dish, pizza and Caesar salad, and it complements acidic or rich sauces beautifully with a punch of salt and tang. A hard cow's milk cheese, Parmesan has notably more salt than our other picks at 16% of your daily sodium per serving, as well as 7 grams of fat. On the plus side, it has 10 grams of protein and only 112 calories per ounce. So, as long as you stick to the recommended amount, there's no need to sweat it. How to store it? Wrap it tightly in wax paper, then wrap it in plastic wrap or aluminum foil. This prevents air exposure, which can discolor the cheese and thicken the rind. 8. Reduced fat cheddar. Reduced fat cheeses, also labeled as light or low fat, are made with part skim milk, which saves you in the fat and calorie departments. Go for the light version instead and you're looking at 88 calories, 6 grams of fat, 8 grams of protein and 22% of your daily calcium per 1 ounce piece. Cheddar is amazing on eggs, burgers and pretty much every sandwich on earth, but its career highlight in our book is when it makes a melty appearance in macaroni and cheese.